Hey, it's Ryan from Upfit Supply, and today we're going to be installing a StabiliGrip rigid floor in the back of our Ford Transit Connect long wheelbase. Let's get into it. The tools you're going to want to have ready for this install are some trim removal tools, an impact driver with a Phillips head bit, the Torx T50 bit, and maybe a breaker bar in case you come across a stubborn bolt. So the first thing we need to do to install our floor is remove this factory vinyl floor. It's a pretty simple process. We just need to remove our 4 D-rings here, these trim pieces, and then it'll slide right out. All right, I've got an impact here with a T50 bit on here. It's a star-shaped bit, and these should come out pretty easily. If you have one of these that gets stuck, just use a wrench. Should be able to get it out. All right, so there's just some plastic clips here holding in these trim pieces by the door. Same thing in the rear. I've got a little pry bar here. You can also use some other type of trim removal tool, but this seems to work pretty well for getting these out. This will give you a little bit of an idea of what you got to pull out here. You got, so this is forward, rearward. You do have a plastic clip right here. Ours came out. 1, 2, another one right here that we broke. Here. It looks like there are a couple others as well. So those are the places to pry against to remove this trim. Pretty much the same orientation of these plastic clips here on the driver's side as well. If you have any of the clips that got stuck in here, you can also just use a trim removal tool, pull those out and slide those back in place. Back trim, same thing. All right, this should give you an idea of where these clips are in order to pry. Comes out pretty easily. And technically, you could probably get away without removing this because you only have about an inch here. You could just pull that out. We're gonna take out the floor now. So now that we've got the factory floor out and the D-rings out, we can put in the StabiliGrip floor. You might need 2 people for this, so we're gonna put it in now. If you slant this towards the side, you should be able to slide it in right in here, and you're gonna put it right over top of these thresholds on the side doors. And it's going to butt up almost right against this rear threshold here on the floor. These stay in with this install. They go over top of the side doors and butt up right against the threshold in the rear. And then there's actually just 4 holes here to put in the D-ring, so we're going to do that now. So one thing to note about this StabiliGrip floor, these holes line up with the factory D-ring locations. You can use the D-rings still on these locations, but the factory bolts are not long enough in our particular model to reach all the way to the nutsert or the welded nut there. So we're actually just going to use a washer and the nut up front, and then we're going to use the full D-ring and the 2 in the back. Now just getting good and tight for now until we finish the install. Next, we have our aluminum door sills or thresholds. They're really, they go over top of the thresholds on the side door and it butts right up against this threshold in the rear. We got them in aluminum, but you can also get them, I believe, in high visibility yellow steel. Just depends on your needs. Aluminum. And you may want to wear some gloves for this because these can have some sharp edges on them. Now these screws that come with the sill set are just self-threading, meaning you don't need to drill holes first. They have little tips on them that drill a hole, and then they just tie right into the StabiliGrip. These actually go into the StabiliGrip, and it looks like a little bit beyond that. So you're primarily drilling into the flooring, not the actual van. So you can see this doesn't actually overlap this rear threshold at all. It actually slips in. There's a little gap in between StabiliGrip and this door threshold, and this goes right in between those. Again, these tap in, self-threading screws. And that's it to install the StabiliGrip floor. Really simple. It's just these 4 bolts with the D-rings here, lining those up, and then getting your thresholds in. If you're looking for this floor or any other cargo van floor to make your van work ready, be sure to check us out at upfitsupply.com. My name's Ryan, and have a good one.